Next, on your Google Business Profile, you need to be adding photos. So I recently and I was recently managing a Google Business Profile, and someone left a review. And in the review, it said, "This is a great place. I'm glad I came." Um, I was a little weary. I was a little worried about coming, and but I'm glad I did. And so I'm reading that and I'm looking at it. And I'm like, okay, so I know this facility is a great location. I know it's clean. I know the owner personally, right? But what I realized, like in reading that review, is that they they don't have enough photos on their profile to display to potential customers. Hey, this is a nice cleaned facility. This is well maintained. It's kept up. It's got brand new machines. And so this is another portion of like why you need so many photos and so much content or so much material on your profile, because that's your billboard. It's showing people what you're about, what services you offer, and what's going on. And if you're a flooring contractor, you need to include finished job photos. Something that's really interesting is that Google will Google will read the photos, and not like you and I will. What it will do is it will parse the photos, and then it will try to understand and then catalog the photos. So a lot of times when you go on a profile and you click on it, the photos, you can see in the top right that it will show that it had cataloged them. So like with a plumber as example, it will have them cataloged in bathrooms, kitchen, it will do pipes. And so not only do these photos act as a billboard for your business, but they're also telling Google more about what your business is, because we can see that Google is going through and reading the photos and getting a better understanding. So after every job you finish, just take a quick few photos, ask your customers to some photos for you and leave them in the reviews. And yeah, just photos set expectation. So the less photos you have, the less people can come and like on their own see what your business is about, the services that you offer, the quality of work you do. And so each time they go to look for that, you're just losing a customer that you could have gained from just by like simply uploading a few photos or asking the people that you service to upload photos for you when they leave a review. So next, the category you pick is the number one setting on your Google Business Profile. Your primary category is the single most important thing on your profile. So if you set it wrong and someone searches for your service, because you have the category wrong, if someone searches for your main service, they're not going to see you. You're not going to show up because you're telling Google, hey, I'm this. And so rank me for those search terms. But if that's not your main service, you're not going to appear for it. You got to make sure your Google Business Profile is set specifically for that main service you offer. And then some of the other fields or other boxes on your Google Business Profile, a lot of people don't fill out, is you got to make sure that you have linked your website, you have your phone number, and you have a verified address. If people come to you, so like if you had a showroom, you want to make sure that people can get directions to your location. When your profile is a service area, what happens is that Google doesn't show the address because you don't have a verified physical address. Next, you want to make sure that there's a form or a little field on your profile that says appointment link. Now, even if you do not have a appointment setting software, or if you don't have something to facilitate, setting up appointments, still just have that point to your homepage or have that point to your contact page on your website. Just make sure that you have something there. So, next, on your Google Business Profile, we want to make sure that we're listing all of the social profiles that we have, right? So, if we have a Facebook, if we have Twitter, if we have Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, Medium, Threads, Pinterest, just list all of them on your profile. Then we want to make sure that we fill out our hours, and do not lie about your hours, because what can happen is Google will call your business, or what can happen is that if you have a physical location, right, and someone gets directions to your location, your profile said that you were open these hours, but when I got there, you were closed. Not only does that set a bad precedent with that customer, but what can also happen is Google could suspend your profile. So just make sure across all 7 days that they're accurate. Make sure you're marking closed days. If you lie, you could get suspended. And then it also helps when someone searches for open now and then like the keyword, it will match your profile to that search term because Google knows, oh, they're open now. So, and this person's looking for an open now location, and then boom, it'll match it and you'll appear. So, next, after studying 2,500 Google business profiles for Texas flooring contractors, this is how you beat 75% of them. So, to beat 22% of them, you need to get 10 reviews. To beat 25, to beat 43% of them, you need 25 reviews. And then to beat 59 of them, you need 50 reviews. And to beat all 75% of them, you need to get to that 100 reviews. So let's go over how to actually get the reviews. After every job you finish, make sure that we're sending a request. And when we send the request, you need to make sure that we're sending them something that they can just click and they can just easily leave that review. We don't want to make them jump through hoops of one, finding our Google business profile and then finding out how to leave a review. What we want to do is we want to send them the URL or a QR code that takes them directly to that page. Now, you cannot incentivize customers to leave reviews, but you can incentivize your employees to ask for them. So, how to beat 90% of your competition, the three things nobody does. So, how to beat 90% of flooring contractors in Texas. We studied 2,500 Google business profiles of flooring contractors in Texas, and these are the three things. Get a business description on your profile, 8 out of 10 skip it, a full list of 15 plus services, most list 6 or 0. Then the third thing, add a description on each service, 3 out of 4 skip it. And then this will set your Google business profile to beat 90% of your competition. So, a recap. Keyword in your business name, get a business description, fill all 750 characters, list 15 plus services, and then describe each one.